We've had classics. We've had upsets. We've had showcases of dominance. But with the season drawing to a close, there is still so much that can happen. Can our title contenders fall early? Can our underdogs overcome the critics and win? Or will our powerhouses show why they are at the top of the mountain and are not willing to throw ropes, but rather boulders? Welcome to the top 16 of BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 6!
Hello everyone and welcome back to BattleBots Reborn Cup, where it's the penultimate episode of the season because, Sam, we're finally getting towards the business end.
That's right. Tonight is the round of 16, which is new territory for some, but for others it's just the next step towards the ultimate goal.
That's correct. Win tonight and you are into the finale episode. If you lose, the pain will just follow you straight home.
With that in mind, let's take a look at the bracket. Tonight we'll see Lucky, the 8th seed, in another rematch when he takes on the 9th seed, BIOHAZARD.
Witch Doctor and Son of Whyachi each won a rematch in the previous round. Tonight they get another one, this time against each other.
And if that wasn't enough, Mo and BLOODSPORT cross paths for the second time this season after their Card 9 clash ended in carnage.
Let's now bring in our pit reporter for the season, Captain Mantine, for his thoughts on the bracket that keeps on giving. Cap, what are your thoughts on the other 3 rematches that we are given tonight?
Thank you, Nick, and I think 2 of these rematches have a lot of potential, while the other one may see a little bit of struggle from one of the sides. First, we have Son of Whyachi and Witch Doctor, which is going to be a matchup that, like all style matches, may be decided in the first 20 to 30 seconds. Witch Doctor's got to get that first initial hit in, and he's got to stay on Son of Whyachi, try to flip him over, or just rip that chassis from under. Maybe try to use Shaman to line up Son of Whyachi, kind of tee him up for the big uppercut. Next, we've got Mo and BLOODSPORT, which is going to be a very tactical battle despite it being 2 big horizontal spinners. Mo has to get into that chassis without taking too much damage from its wheels, but Mo's wheels have been very vulnerable, and if Mo can't get some good defense on those wheels before he loses all 4, it's going to be a very tough fight for it. Now for the matchup that I think is a little bit one-sided. We've got Lucky and BIOHAZARD, some of the 2 best lifters we've seen in BattleBots history, and I think BIOHAZARD's old age is really going to show it here. It can't self-right. It has a lot more trouble getting those big lifts, unlike Lucky, and all Lucky has to do is get that one big flip and the fight is over. And we've seen how good its wedge is, we've seen how fast it is, how good driving it is. I give that fight to Lucky, but we could be looking at another cup set.
Thanks, Cap. We're definitely in for another dramatic night, and it starts now with Huge versus Little Sister. It's safe to say that Huge's Season 5 run to the round of 16 was no fluke. Now he's got loftier heights.
Yeah, you never know if a bot's a one-season wonder or not unless they perform in the next season, and Huge has now made it to the round of 16 back-to-back years, so I think it's safe to say he's the real deal, but it's also safe to say that at 4-0 at the number 1 seed, he now expects to get to next week's finale and beyond.
Little Sister won't roll over. What does she need to do to have a chance at the upset?
It's going to be difficult because Huge is an awkward bot for most opponents, especially a flipper. Little Sister doesn't have that going for her. As long as she times her shots well, gets the flips, doesn't miss too often, there's no reason she couldn't win this. I mean, she got here for a reason.
That's fair. All right, well, down to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. Winning this next fight means everything to him. It's a big deal, a massive milestone, it's a gigantic goal. And the only robot large enough to shoulder such a responsibility is huge! In the blue square. Somebody should tell her it's past her bedtime. If she stays out any longer, her parents might find out about the lump on her bed is just a bunch of pillows. It's Little Sister!
All right, Cap, we got a fascinating fight to open up the round of 16 this year. The number 1 seed, Huge, and the unpredictable Little Sister. Who you got in this one?
I mean, you gotta have Huge, right? Number 1 seed. It's just that Little Sister's flipper has been really fragile all season. The whole bot's pretty small, so it's kind of gonna go right under Huge. He's got that really powerful weapon that really tears up the small bots when it can stay on them and stay hitting them. Little Sister's gonna need a miracle here or a perfect fight, one or the other. And I don't know if you can get that against Huge. Huge has been dominant all season, and I have to see Huge taking this one.
Let the round of 16 begin. Little Sister immediately going after Surrenderbot. Can someone just leave him alone, please?
No, he won't surrender.
But let him sit for a bit and enjoy himself. Go away, Little Sister.
Huge. Come on, protect him.
He's trying, but it's like he's slipping on ice at the moment. He finally gets towards Little Sister and gets a glancing blow, but Little Sister continues to have her attention on Surrenderbot, it seems. Now she goes for the main bot.
And then maybe Huge kind of clipping into Surrenderbot. It's hard
Might
to
have.
tell.
And there, Surrenderbot finally gets flipped. Now Little Sister will focus on the main bot.
That poor thing.
Little Sister trying to work the angles. Huge is such a hard bot to attack because he can just kind of skate away and put his weapon back into a dangerous position, and Little Sister is trying to avoid that.
I truly don't see how Little Sister can really go about attacking Huge.
Huge now has the weapon inverted as he took a bit of a bounce. This might suit him a little bit better. Well, a piece comes off the ground there. I think that was from Huge. It looks like it's one of the little bits that protrude out from the wheels. It's off of the right one. Still trying to get that weapon into dangerous places, and I think Little Sister lost a piece of support.
Again, oh, that was kind of nice from Little Sister.
Very nice flip from Little Sister.
Oh.
And now she's pinned Huge on the wheel that's missing the piece we mentioned earlier.
Is he gonna be able to come back from that? Is he stuck there?
He might be stuck. Little Sister already celebrating like she's won the fight. This would be a massive upset.
Oh, I kind of saw him tilting in the corner.
The number 1 seed is hanging by a thread here as Little Sister just waits for the count. And Huge tips himself. He's back with a fighting chance. A major scare avoided, but now he's got to work his way back into this fight.
That was honestly terrifying.
Little Sister thought she had it in the bag. She's got to regain her focus now and get back to flipping Huge. Like that, there's a nice flip.
Not quite, though.
And a half toss. This fight got very interesting quick. Another piece goes flying. Little Sister flipping herself,
Nice
and
hit.
now Huge gets a good shot. The next few seconds of this fight are absolutely crucial. They must be even on the scorecards. Little Sister, another missed flip. Final 10 seconds.
I honestly don't know what I want to feel about this fight. It was a really good one, that's for sure, but we're going to the judges.
I don't envy them once again. Let's take a look at the replays. This fight had a slow start, partially because Little Sister decided to go after Surrenderbot first, but once he was out of the way, it picked up from there.
Slow start or a helpful start? You know, getting rid of Surrenderbot could have played a vital importance in this match. However, we won't know, and we're gonna just go off of what we saw, and that was almost a complete upset by Little Sister barely pinning Huge.
First flip was impressive, and then she set herself up with the damage prior to get this very strange pin. Huge, though, not giving up, and was able to give himself a chance by rocking out of it.
Now, again, for the judges, this is going to be a hard one, and like you said, Nick, I don't envy them one bit, because in terms of strategy, damage, I really don't know.
Well, the judges have made up their minds. And it's time to go down to the box to see who is going to win this epic clash to start off the round of 16.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is... Little Sister!
Wow.
Did you see that coming?
No.
The number 1 seed Huge is out again at the round of 16. And it was Little Sister of all bots.
Yeah, that's insane.
That might be the biggest upset of the season. I don't think there's anything that comes close to that.
Well, there may be more. I don't know.
Your brackets are busted, I bet.
Anyways, going into the second fight for the night, we have Razor versus Gruff. With another big win in the previous round, Gruff is not to be underestimated.
It's a bot that just finds ways to win, no matter how easy or hard, pretty or ugly, he gets it done time and again. I wouldn't be surprised if Razor's a little bit nervous in the pits because Gruff could easily take this fight if he wants it.
Well, Razor has dealt with fire before. He beat free shipping in his first fight night match, and free shipping beat Gruff in the second round.
So it seems pretty clear-cut that it would be a Razor victory, but as we know, nothing's ever a given in this fight. Razor knows he's just got to do the same exact thing he did on that occasion. Grab him, clip him, take some parts off, done.
Well, I think that's easier said than done, but we're going to go down to the box to watch anyway.
And it wasn't even easy to say because I said clip him, which didn't make sense. So if it's not even easy to say, it's definitely harder to do.
Alrighty, down to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he's not just tough, he's a warrior, and he's been punching himself to the railgun max. Flashier than a matador, but at all no cost to you. He's not just sharp, he's Razor! In the blue square, your rise to fame has been quicker than the Backpack Kid, and you'll fall from it just as quick as he did. Here to give the dark horse a dark ending, it's Gruff!
Let the bot battle begin. Which one of these overachieving bots can do a little more overachieving and make it to the quarters? Uh-oh, Gruff riding right up the Razor Wedge. He's got a bite now.
Oh, already not looking great.
A lot of smoke coming from someone. Is it Razor or is it Gruff? We cannot really tell at the moment.
Oh, piece fell off.
He's off of Gruff. The lifter has taken damage. Razor still biting into him.
Shouldn't he have let go by now? Oh, there it is.
There it is, almost on cue.
And there's smoke coming from both of the bots.
Incredible stuff. Gruff tried to counter the bite with fire, and it did a little bit of damage. But now, Razor working the angles again. He's got another good bite on Gruff, trying to cause more damage, and Gruff can't escape. More smoke is pouring out of Gruff, and Razor has to let him go.
I don't know what this is going to do for Gruff. The aggression is on point, I guess, but now any aggression coming from him could be potential failure.
And we saw how easily he rode up the wedge in the first attack. Razor again slipping underneath with relative ease.
And now he's at the side, so that flame really isn't going to be damaging too much.
He's sussed out the strategy of how to beat Gruff very quickly in this fight. He doesn't want to take any more damage to that beak. Now he's working behind Gruff.
Halfway through the fight, I haven't seen any static yet. Oh, was that a wheel?
Did he get a wheel from Gruff? He might have. I'm not sure which wheel, because Gruff has a few of them.
None that we can really see, so I'm assuming it's from him.
Another piece goes flying off of Gruff. Whether that was Razor or the kill saws, I'm not totally sure.
At this point in the match, though, it is not looking like it's going to be a win for Gruff.
Razor just all over him at the moment, suffocating him with every chance he gets. Now he's behind again and shoves him into the corner hard. He's trying to work the angle. Another wheel fell out.
Wow.
So Razor is just finding the gaps.
And can he not move now? Is he...
Well, there's a little life left in Gruff.
Not much.
A lot less than when he first entered that corner, and Razor scooping him up again. What an incredible display this is from the British bot. And he's gone to the center of the box to celebrate. He hasn't even won the fight yet.
I think we all know that he's won the fight, but really, I don't even know. Oh, there's the static finally.
And there it is. Razor is off to the quarterfinals. Incredible. Well, that first exchange was very fascinating because both bots just kind of went for it. And then once Razor figured out how he needed to win this fight, he did it every chance he got after that.
Yeah, talking about that first exchange too, you know, Razor went in with his weapon, was drilling into Gruff. Gruff was really just setting him aflame with his fire, and after, I think that's the pivotal moment, right as they separated, we got to see exactly how this fight was going to play out, because we saw more damage to Gruff than to Razor.
It's incredible too because it's such a risky move by Razor in the opening exchange to just sit there on the flamethrower knowing what bots like Gruff and like free shipping can do to their opponents, but he didn't care and it ended up being of great reward to him.
It was a gamble for sure, but in this case it was a gamble that won him this match. Should he take risks like that going into his next match? I don't know, but we'll have to see if he does.
The fairy tale continues for Razor the Dark Horse, quarter-final bound. Who would have guessed? Well, coming out of that fight, we have the tale of two stories. For Gruff, it's a great story regardless. I mean, he would have wished he could have gone farther, but nobody expected him to get this far. It's a fantastic achievement. And then on the other side of the coin, Razor just continues to win fights. I cannot believe how much good he's done so far this year.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
Unstoppable, maybe.
Just like the season is unstoppable. We're going to go into the next fight. We have Mo versus Bloodsport. Bloodsport will feel aggrieved from the first match against Mo after the bright start he had.
Very much agitated because he got two wheels of Mo with the help of the kill saws, but that seemed to anger Mo more, and he ended up winning the fight via knockout. So Bloodsport will go into this fight knowing he can beat Mo. He's just got to be careful.
Having had that match earlier this season, both bots will be deep in thought over the tactics. What should each bot do differently this time around?
Well, it's all about making sure you're getting the shots when your opponent isn't getting the shots. Bloodsport, I think, was maybe too aggressive at times when he was going, straight at the weapon. If he can be a little more patient, work his way to the wheels, maybe that's where the fight's won and lost.
Well, what do you think? Last parting thoughts before we go down to the box.
I think Bloodsport could get him. I think he could.
Well, let's see if Bloodsport gets him down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. After he's done carving through your wheels and chassis, the ref will say, I'm gonna need to see some movement. It's Mo! In the blue square. Make no mistake, this bot can turn any fight into a scene from Squid Game. He's not here for child's play, he's here for a blood sport!
Let the bot battle begin. So again, we see these two facing off, but maybe it'll be a little bit better for BLOODSPORT this time around.
Got some good shots on the wheels there on the side. Remember, he took one off, and the Kill Sauce took off the other before Mo turned it around.
Oh, there's the one.
Big shot by BLOODSPORT. He's got one wheel already. Mo needs to be careful.
But we've seen him win with just 2 wheels, so realistically, it could still be possible.
He has lost many a wheels this season. He continues to line up that weapon at BLOODSPORT.
Oh.
Whoa! That's a lot of smoke all of a sudden from BLOODSPORT.
Oh! That's it! That's it!
It is it! Mo's done it again! Another win against BLOODSPORT and another comeback! Well, what more can we say about Mo? Time and time again this year, he's been under the cosh from his opponents, he's lost wheels from his opponents, and once again, he's turned it around.
Honestly, I didn't even see it coming. You heard the excitement in my voice. I was expecting at least one more wheel to go before Mo, upstaged him again, but here we are.
An incredible fight. BLOODSPORT will be kicking himself, and Mo will be kicking it in the quarters. He didn't get him. It's a shame. BLOODSPORT's going to be so aggravated with how his season has unfolded, which is hilarious because he made the round of 16. That's good for BLOODSPORT. But that's how it goes sometimes. You get a little taste of success and you want more. Just like Mo, who continues to succeed despite losing wheels.
Yeah, it's actually quite astounding.
He just never stops.
Anyways, we're going to go into the 4th match, Gigabyte versus Killer B. We always say don't underestimate Killer B, but it's hard to consider him the favorite when he's up against an informed Gigabyte.
Not only an informed Gigabyte, but it's a weapon matchup that couldn't be more against Killer B. He's got no active weapon. Gigabyte has an active weapon that fully surrounds his body, so how does Killer B attack without getting hit? The answer is he doesn't. He's just gotta outwit and outlast Gigabyte, if that's even possible.
How does Killer B approach this fight?
Well, he's gotta be aggressive. We know Gigabyte flies across the box when he gets hit, so the more you can do that, the more you can get him to hit the wall, and even just that action, if it doesn't break the weapon, he's gotta slow down, so keep going in, just go for it.
Alright. We're gonna go down to the box. We're gonna see if they can survive.
Good luck, everybody. That's including the audience, because Gigabyte could break the wall and just keep going.
Just go. Chop off a head or two. It's fine.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. Whether he licks, nibbles, or chews, it all means bad news for you. It's Gigabyte! In the blue square. His preferred method of murder is the equivalent of someone hitting you with a giant spoon. Again, and again, and again, and again. It's Killer B!
Let the bot battle begin. And
Ooh.
can the Little Wedge That Could do it again? It's a very tough task against Gigabyte, but as you can see, the size difference between these two is quite great.
And he keeps kind of tossing him throughout the box, so I could see it being a thing that happens.
Yep, he's trying to use Gigabyte against himself, and so far it's working out. Gigabyte needs to make sure he doesn't hit those walls too hard or with the weapon spinning too fast, or else those teeth are going to come off quick. Another hard shot.
Hit the wall again from Gigabyte.
Killer B is very aggressive in these early stages, doing everything he can to get the advantage early. Once again, he pushes Gigabyte back, and again.
Killer Bee clearly in domination of this match.
And he sends Gigabyte wobbling again. Gigabyte is fighting hard to stay in the center of the arena now. He hasn't hit the wall in too long.
But here's the thing, even though he hasn't hit the wall in too long, how much damage is he actually doing? Oh, was that a static shot?
I think it was, and that's another, and he's out! Just like that, Gigabyte has won it out of nowhere! Well, that changed rather quickly. For just about 99% of this fight, it was Killer Bee getting shots, Gigabyte flying around and hitting the wall, and then out of nowhere, Killer Bee died.
I honestly wish you could see my facial expression right now because I'm speechless.
Where did it go wrong for Killer Bee? There was even no sign that he was taking so much damage. No smoke, nothing. It was just over before he could stop it.
I literally had just got done saying that it didn't look like Gigabyte did any damage to him, so I don't even know where it came from. Maybe one or two good, like, side or back hits, but I don't even remember seeing it.
And just like that, the Wedge That Could can't, and Gigabyte's through.
Well, dang, Gigabyte. Okay, I'm happy you didn't exit the ring and chop off some heads.
Thank goodness. But Killer Bee lost his, well, not really lost his head, because that makes it sound like he got out of his game mentally. But just out of nowhere, he was done. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bizarre.
This Gigabyte machine just keeps on doing its thing.
Well, we'll have to see when he goes on to the next round.
He's in the corners.
It's crazy. Alrighty, to the fifth fight for the night, we have Mauler versus Hypershock. Mauler's still perfect this season, but it doesn't get any easier for him in this matchup.
Yeah, it's not a good matchup for him against a Hypershock build that is a vertical spinner. Mauler doesn't have a self-righting mechanism, and not only is Hypershock a vert, but he's pretty beefy up front, so Mauler is probably going to struggle to break through that armor.
Hypershock could draw comparisons here from his fight with Wipeout in card 7. How does he turn this into a win?
Well, you just got to be aggressive. Sometimes it seems like he makes mistakes, lets his foot off the gas a little bit, but if he can not do that, if he can just bully his opponent and use that brute force, maybe he'll come out on top. Don't be hesitant.
Let's see if he's dominant and winds up on top.
Would that make Mauler a sub?
Only if he loses.
Oh no. There's a lot on the line now.
Into the box we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. You better believe it. He's made it here, and he's Yeti to go further. Don't Surgeon Generalize him. He's the one. He's the only. He's Mauler. In the blue square. Let's be honest. He's beatable, he can't self-right, and his wheels are more exposed than the college girl on spring break. But he gotta catch him first. Brrr, meep meep. It's Hypershock!
Let the bot battle begin. Both of these bots have been dangerous all season.
It was almost bad for Mauler.
And almost bad again.
Oh,
He's teetering on his side. What's gonna happen here? Hypershock gives him a shove.
There it is.
And flips him over.
Okay, now Hypershock, I will be incredibly upset with you. Hypershock,
he's
no.
going for it.
No.
He's going for it in a big shot.
Okay, Hypershock, stop.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word stop. He's Hypershock.
Hypershock, please.
He goes in again as Mauler continues to sit on his head. Oh, a piece goes flying off.
You know, just for shits and giggles, I hope you flip him over and I hope he downs you.
Mauler's still upside down, and Hypershock still not backing up.
Oh,
He could be spinning himself back.
that's interesting.
Oh, maybe? Maybe?
Nope.
No. No. Keep trying, Mauler.
You're doing great, bud.
Hypershock playing with his food, and we are unfortunately here to witness it live.
It's just like a cat. Oh, Hypershock just...
What was that? He nearly flipped himself, and with his inconsistent tree mech, that would have been, well, embarrassing and potentially catastrophic.
Well, it seems now that he's keeping his distance, now that he knows he might have messed up.
He's embarrassed.
He's embarrassed.
If he was a cat, he'd be licking himself in embarrassment right now.
Yes, but final seconds of the countdown, and Hypershock wins it.
And a disappointing end to the season for Mauler. Well, this fight lasted a lot more than it needed to because Hypershock was bored. I don't know exactly what he was thinking, but he got the win.
Maybe he was going for trying to get like a static knockout, but obviously he embarrassed himself.
And like some of the shots were impressive. Like he kept going the first time, and this shot here I think is the one I liked the most. Yeah, look at that. Nice shot, you know, and Mauler still flipped. Cap, how impressive of a win is this for Hypershock? He seemed pretty dominant.
It seemed pretty dominant, but I think this is where Mauler's old age really showed. You know, it's uninvertible. It went on a lot longer than it needed to, and I think this was sort of a given for Hypershock, despite any sort of close seedings. It's impressive, but we're going to have to see a little more from Hypershock to be fully convinced.
Well, it looks like Mauler's a sub.
Poor Mauler.
There's no shame in that.
Well, he also got flipped like a burger, so I don't know if he knows what type of food he is.
Oh my gosh.
Besides, I mean, Hypershock's latest meal in this nice run that he's starting to put together out of nowhere.
Well, if Mauler's a sub, then he enjoyed it.
I guess that's true.
Anyways, going into the sixth fight, we have Lucky versus BioHazard. Another rematch for Lucky against a bot he comfortably dispatched early on this season.
Yeah, BioHazard didn't really have a chance in their opening fight of the season, and it's gonna be concerning that he's got to face Lucky again because I don't remember seeing any good things from BioHazard in that first fight, not even any like half chances. So Lucky's gonna go in feeling confident, BioHazard's gonna be a bit nervous.
And since the defeat to Lucky, BioHazard has been a perfect 4-0 this year. He's gotta be feeling good about his chances.
Well, yeah, he has put the wins together. It's never easy when you face somebody you've already faced. Like, it's one thing if there's a 5-year gap between your fights and your builds have changed, but this was earlier in the season. These bots haven't changed, so how are the tactics going to change? I don't know what each bot's going to do. We've already seen, too, Lucky's had to face somebody he's already faced, you know,
Yeah.
with Ice Wave in the previous round, so is he going to... Maybe he's just going to get, like, mentally fatigued.
Like me.
Yeah, like Sam.
Well, let's go down to the box and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. You're so close to the title. All you have to do is cross that bridge and uh-oh. It's blocked. It's not a group of angry truckers. It's Lucky! In the blue square, this bot puts the rad in radiation because it's the best bot anyone has, vaccine. But it's sure to practice social distancing or you end up in quarantine for 3 minutes with BIOHAZARD!
Let the bot battle begin. And again, we have another matchup from earlier this year, and we'll see if Lucky can, well, be lucky again.
Orleani drives BioHazard into the wall and tips him. BioHazard has to be careful because Lucky can end this in one flip if he gets it right.
The greatest thing about both of these bots is they're the exact same bot in different fonts.
basically. And different eras. BioHazard sneaking around there. Oh, and he got a nice lift on Lucky!
Oh!
A beautiful move from the veteran. Lucky's able to flip himself. This is definitely not what we saw in the first fight between these two. BioHazard had little to no openings. Now Lucky driving him around the box, though, with a chance. Maybe. He's not really getting underneath.
He is just kind of moving him, though, which is a plus, but he did underneath there. Oh.
Oh, no, that's going to be it. That's going to be the end. BioHazard tipped the wrong way, and I don't think he's coming back from that. And moving your weapon like that is not going to help you, BioHazard.
It's the stuff from Nightmares.
This is very disturbing. It is a creepy crawly thing that would hide under my bed and cause me nightmares when I was a child. Can we just count him out already, please?
Please.
Enough.
Count faster.
There we go, it's over. Lucky wins again, and he's through to the quarterfinals. Well, apart from the one moment BioHazard got, which he did take advantage of, this fight wasn't much different from their first fight. Lucky very dominant.
Yeah, unfortunately, one good moment doesn't mean one good fight, you know? Like, he had that one moment, but as we clearly saw, Lucky was in control the rest of the match.
But here's the thing, Cap. Lucky's had 2 opponents this year he's faced twice each. How much have we learned from his performances?
I mean, both of Lucky's performances against its repeat fights were pretty much the same fight, you know? It was the same sort of dominance, and I think it could actually hurt Lucky if they don't really get to face a full variety of opponents, and if he catches somebody that he doesn't know how to face, it could spell trouble for Lucky, but he's definitely safe for now, as BioHazard wasn't much of a challenge.
I'm getting tired of saying Lucky's lucky.
I mean, he did what he had to do, you know?
Yeah.
You can only face who's in front of you, and even if it's somebody you faced, you know, recently, you still gotta go out and embarrass them again like you did.
Oh.
BioHazard did get 1 lift. It was kind of nice, actually.
One lift.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when you don't have a way to get yourself righted onto your wheels.
Anyways, we're going into Wipeout versus Helichopper. 2 of the biggest hitters in the field are facing off here in what will be a highly anticipated matchup.
Yeah, these two have been around for a few years and have made a name for themselves by just being heavy, hard hitters. We know Wipeout and we know what he's capable of. Helichopper has not always reached his full potential, but this is a year where there's a little momentum for Helichopper. Now he's got another bot similar to him to go through.
Well, what characteristic will be the difference between winning and losing this fight?
It's all going to be about, I think, the rebound and the recoil off of the hits. Who is going in what direction? Who is hitting what exactly? Because there's some hazards, there's some walls. You know, when it comes to who's going to win this fight, whoever can outlast the other, not be as fragile, not lose as many pieces. So don't hit anything you're not supposed to hit, and you'll increase your chances.
All right, well, another survivor moment, Outlast. Let's go down to the box.
Go on in, guys! Wait, what's that thing he does before every challenge? He's like, are you ready? Go! He's old.
He is very old.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. He doesn't have to listen to anyone. He's just a baby. You thought the terrible threes were bad? This bot makes toddlers look well behaved. Also, Tito Magic Nugget, I'm watching you. It's Wipeout! In the blue square. Lots of people can relate to this bot. All he does is wander around aimlessly, being sad until he explodes. You'd rather be on the world's worst roller coaster instead of Helichopper!
Let the bot battle begin. When these two collide, it might be detrimental to themselves, to the box, and maybe audience members.
Now, this is actually a really unique pair-up in my mind because they're both incredibly dominant bots.
We've already seen a tooth fly off of Wipeout. Not really what I expect. He lost another tooth.
Yeah, I was going into this honestly thinking that Wipeout's gonna win it, but we see now the unbalanced.
Uh-oh, Helichopper is falling apart quick.
Oh, this isn't looking good.
He had a huge advantage, and he's lost it completely, and he's been flipped over in the process.
Well,
he was winning this fight, and now Wipeout, just between the sheer grit and determination, he's been here before. He knows how to grind out wins. Helichopper will be kicking himself.
I'm actually kind of sad. I want Wipeout to do his best, but I also wanted Helichopper to get this.
Unfortunately for Helichopper, he will be getting nothing but a beating because Wipeout is just waiting for the count to finish to confirm a quarterfinal berth again. Well, just when we thought we were about to see an unprecedented upset with Helichopper getting such a bright start, out of nowhere he crumbled, literally crumbled, and figuratively choked.
I was hoping for that upset. I mean, again, I'm hoping for any bot to just do their best. But I always love, not necessarily an underdog, but just somebody to beat somebody who is so dang good.
Wipeout showing just how good he was. He hung in there just long enough to get the result he needed, and he's on his way to the quarters again. But what do you gotta say about this bot? Do you think he could win the title? Is this the year?
I mean, honestly, I could see it. He's a good bot. He does a lot of damage. It'll honestly just depend on who he's matched up with.
Dang, man, I really thought Helichopper had something there.
Man, he was so close. He did so well. And, like, I feel bad for him, but, we alluded to it in the pre-fight talk. Don't hit things you're not supposed to hit. That first hammer came off, I think, as he clipped the wall, and it just went downhill from there.
It's sad.
But a shout out, too, for Wipeout for, doing what champions do, finding a way to win. So maybe this is his year.
I don't know, I'm kind of excited.
Closer, back in the quarters at least.
But I'm more excited for the last match of the night. We have Witch Doctor versus Son of Whyachi. We have to go back nearly 5 years since these last two met, back in the Season 2 semifinal.
And on that occasion, it was a knockout in, I believe, 23 seconds in favor of the two-time champ. That fight sent him to the final, which won him his second nut. But now Witch Doctor, is a lot better than what they were then. And I think we're in for a very good contest here.
Not only will Son of Whyachi's fragility be a concern, but he's never dealt with a mini-bot either.
It's true, and we've seen when Shaman is involved heavily in fights, he does impact set fights. The one time Witch Doctor lost this year is when he didn't do much in the fight against Wipeout, and I think they've learned from that. So I'm very eager to see how Son of Whyachi combats with Shaman getting in his face when he's trying to spin up.
But while Shaman can be of use here, he's also got to be careful not to get obliterated and relinquish the advantage.
Yeah, it's one area where Witch Doctor and Shaman know they need to be careful because Son of Whyachi has one of the most powerful weapons in the field this season, and it wouldn't take much for him to hit Shaman and pop off a wheel or even just knock him out outright. So I don't know how the tactics are going to go. Obviously, they're talking about it now in the pits. They're getting it sorted out, but not only is the weapon-on-weapon battle going to be good, tactics, history, the tension, this is going to be a good fight.
Well, let's go watch it then. Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square.
This bot loves mind games. She could say 1,000 things to throw you off your game, but all she needs to say is ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla bing-bang.
It's Witch Doctor! In the blue square.
Wherever he goes, parts will be spread. He's hungry for carnage and feels unfed. And when he's in the mood for bloodshed, nothing more dangerous than black and red.
It's Son
of Whyachi!
Let the final fight of the night begin! Witch
Whoa.
Doctor with a huge box rush, but Son of Whyachi avoided it. And now Witch Doctor back into the action again. Shaman hanging back so far, and Son of Whyachi went far.
Was that a hit or a glitch?
Couldn't tell you. Could have been both.
But anyway,
Witch Doctor taking another hard shot and goes in for more and sends Son of Whyachi across the box.
I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 hits to start making Son of Whyachi fall apart.
I'm just waiting to see Shaman get involved in a huge shot has pieces off of Witch Doctor. So it's Witch Doctor falling apart and not Son of Whyachi. Another piece comes off and more.
Honestly, I was expecting Sao to fall apart faster than Witch Doctor did. But Witch Doctor did kind of run into the wall, so...
Son of Whyachi shaking, and there goes the first bracing rod. It might not have even been the first damage.
Oh, Witch Doctor hit Shaman.
Well, Shaman's not really doing anything right now,
Oh.
except getting flipped there.
Oh, nope, a little unbalanced.
Yep, Son of Whyachi shaking yet again. We see this, it seems, every fight with him.
Shaman tried to go in to help, but it kind of just got thrown across the box.
He's being very, very patient, and now getting caught between the main bots. Another big shot and more pieces fall.
Halfway through the match now,
We're
Witch
only-
Doctor tried to use...
We're only halfway through this? My
Yes.
goodness. Something just went skyward. I didn't see what it was. But slowly and surely, the box is just being littered with debris. Another hard shot, and Son of Whyachi gets sent to the wall. His weapon is looking in really bad shape right now.
Witch Doctor is also looking in really bad shape, and so is Shaman, kind of getting caught in
Oh.
between 2 bad places.
Shaman getting the static shot, but still now trying to get involved. Witch Doctor missing a lot of weapon and a wheel.
Driving from Witch Doctor right now isn't the best. Son of Whyachi kinda went up into the air there. Witch Doctor really needs to stay off of all of the arena.
There's barely anything left of the Witch Doctor weapon, and it doesn't even look like it's spinning anymore. Son of Whyachi is spinning his weapon, but I don't think he's got any teeth.
This is an interesting end to a very, very hit-filled fight.
They had a great fight back in Season 2, and they're having an absolute classic here that may be headed to the judges, believe it or not, with these 2 heavy hitters.
Yeah, last 10 seconds, unless something incredibly big happens, it's gonna go to the judges.
Just a few more seconds as each bot tries to get involved. Shaman getting hit by both machines as the final horn sounds. It's gone the distance. I'm starting to feel like every fight involving Son of Whyachi turns into an instant classic. Last round, he and Stinger went toe-to-toe, kicked each other's butts, and once again, Witch Doctor and Son of Whyachi this time putting on a show.
Now, would you say that's because of statistics or favoritism, Nick?
I just think it's because Son of Whyachi can break anyone, including himself, every time he hits a bot.
Okay. Anyways, the fight itself was pretty good. Now, I think Son of Whyachi did a little bit more damage to Witch Doctor. What's your thoughts on this?
It definitely seemed like that was the case. Witch Doctor's weapon, I don't even think was moving at the end with what little parts were left on it, whereas Son of Whyachi was still able to spin up. My biggest problem is, what was Shaman doing the entire fight? Why is he sitting back again? That's what we saw against Wipeout in the fight that Witch Doctor lost.
I think maybe we can see towards the end of the fight why Shaman was sitting out. Every time he tried to engage, he was either hit by his opponent, which is expected, or hit by his opponent into Witch Doctor, or just plain out hit by Witch Doctor. So I don't know if Shaman's actually helpful or detrimental in these cases.
We'll see what the judges decide. They have their decision.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner
by unanimous decision is... Son of Whyachi!
Well, I guess he's your favorite bot, so it's fine.
That's not why he won, though. Let's make that very clear.
I mean, you're right. However, it saddens me that my favorite bot lost to your favorite bot.
Well, I do apologize for that happening. Witch Doctor had a good year. I do think that if they could perfect the tactics with Shaman, they'll start to win more fights. And, you know, maybe this was a new thing for them as it was for their opponents. So, Season 7, I hope they can come back. Both of them will be ready to go, make a deeper run. You gotta hand it to King Sal. He never stops fighting. He's a 13th seed. He went 2-2, and yet he's made it to the quarters again.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he's gonna do next match.
That's right. And as well as all of these other bots, because this is it. This is the moment they've been waiting for. The quarterfinals loom for bots that maybe even at the start of this year we didn't think were going to make it. Little Sister
Yeah, I
in
was
the
just about to
quarterfinals.
say the upset, man.
Gigabyte made it pretty far. I knew he was going to have a good year, but...
It might be Wipeout's time.
Is it Wipeout's time? Is it Hypershock's time? Because they have to fight again.
Yep.
There's another rematch.
I'm excited.
Season
Super
6.
excited.
Season 6 has been incredible.
It has been.
And in 2 weeks, it is going to conclude with the finale episode. So if you are not yet subscribed, make sure you do so and turn on the notifications so that you can catch that finale episode when it premieres in 2 weeks' time. I'll make a little text box to show the date just so that everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
But for now, I am Nick. Did you forget your name?
No.
No.
You say my name.
No. That's the Sam.
He doesn't sound so enthused.
Well, we made an awkward moment by not being prepared.
I mean, I was prepared.
No, you didn't. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, so you weren't prepared.
No, because you didn't give me the memo.
No,
You were supposed to get memos for this kind of shit. I guess our time is up.
All right, bye guys.
See you next week. 2 weeks. Ah!